In the year 2033, Earth was a planet bustling with progress and innovation. Humanity had reached a pinnacle of technological advancement, with cities gleaming under the sun like jewels on a crown. The world was connected in ways previously thought impossible, with instantaneous communication and transportation networks spanning the globe. Nations had largely set aside their differences, focusing instead on addressing global challenges such as climate change and sustainable development. Peace, though fragile, was the prevailing state of affairs. Life on Earth was vibrant and diverse. People went about their daily routines, unaware of the cosmic events that were about to unfold. Farmers tended to their fields and livestock, scientists pushed the boundaries of knowledge, and children played in parks under the watchful eyes of their guardians. Among the most cherished aspects of daily life was the simple pleasure derived from nature's bounty: fresh produce, rich cheeses, and the creamy delight of cow's milk. Cow's milk had become an integral part of human culture and cuisine. From morning cereal bowls to frothy cappuccinos, it was a staple in households worldwide. Little did anyone know that this humble liquid would soon become the focal point of an interstellar conflict. Unbeknownst to Earth's inhabitants, far beyond the stars visible to the naked eye, a civilization unlike any other had taken notice of this precious resource. The Xylothians, an advanced alien species known for their insatiable curiosity and peculiar dietary preferences, had discovered Earth's cows through their sophisticated space probes. To them, cow's milk was not just a nutritional marvel, but an addictive delicacy that surpassed anything found on their home planet. The Xylothians were captivated by its creamy texture and subtle sweetness. It became an obsession that spread through their ranks like wildfire. Desperate to secure a steady supply for themselves, they devised a plan to colonize Earth and claim its cows as their own. As the Xylothian fleet approached Earth, humanity remained blissfully unaware of the impending threat. But soon enough, strange phenomena began to occur. Unexplained lights in the sky, mysterious crop circles appearing overnight, and livestock behaving erratically. These were but precursors to the revelation that would shake humanity to its core. The stage was set for an unprecedented confrontation between two worlds: the technologically advanced yet peaceful Earthlings, and the determined Xylothians driven by their newfound addiction. Humanity would soon face its greatest challenge yet, defending its home and way of life against an alien force intent on seizing one of Earth's most beloved resources. And so began what would come to be known as the Great Milk War. The first signs of the Xylothian invasion were subtle, almost imperceptible to the untrained eye. Reports began to trickle in from remote farms and ranches across the globe. Buffaloes, known for their resilience and strength, were disappearing without a trace. At first, these incidents were dismissed as isolated cases of rustling or natural predators, but as the frequency increased, a pattern emerged that could not be ignored. Farmers and ranchers were bewildered and alarmed. Their livelihoods depended on these animals, and the sudden losses were devastating. Local authorities launched investigations, but they were met with dead ends and more questions than answers. It wasn't long before the disappearances caught the attention of national governments and international agencies. In response to this growing crisis, a global summit was convened in Geneva. Leaders from every corner of the world gathered to discuss these mysterious occurrences. Satellite imagery and surveillance data revealed something extraordinary. Unidentified flying objects had been detected in areas coinciding with the buffalo abductions. These UFOs moved with speed and agility far beyond any known human technology. The realization hit like a thunderbolt. Earth was under siege by an extraterrestrial force. The Xylothians had begun their campaign by targeting buffaloes, testing humanity's resolve and capabilities. Their strategy was clear: weaken Earth's defenses by disrupting its food supply chain before making their ultimate move on the cows. Faced with this unprecedented threat, humanity rallied together as never before. Differences that had once divided nations were set aside in favor of a unified front. Scientists, military strategists, and diplomats worked tirelessly to devise a plan to counter the alien threat. The newly formed Earth Defense Coalition, EDC, became the spearhead of humanity's resistance. The EDC quickly mobilized its resources, deploying cutting-edge technology to monitor and intercept the alien crafts. Advanced drones patrolled the skies, while ground forces fortified key agricultural regions. The world's brightest minds collaborated on developing new weapons and defenses capable of countering the Xylothian technology. As tensions mounted, humanity's resolve was tested time and again. The Xylothians escalated their efforts, launching brazen raids on dairy farms and livestock markets. Skirmishes erupted in rural areas as brave farmers armed themselves with whatever they could muster to protect their herds. Despite these challenges, humanity's spirit remained unbroken. Stories emerged of communities banding together to safeguard their animals, forming networks of vigilance that spanned continents. In cities, people organized rallies and demonstrations to show solidarity with those on the front lines. The battle for Earth's cows had become a symbol of resistance against an overwhelming force, a testament to humanity's indomitable will to defend its home at all costs. As the conflict intensified, it became clear that this was not just a fight for milk, but for survival itself. The Great Milk War raged on with no end in sight, each side testing the limits of their strength and ingenuity. Yet amid the chaos and uncertainty, one thing was certain. Humanity would not yield easily to those who sought to claim what was rightfully theirs. And so, as night fell over a world united in purpose, preparations continued for the next phase of this epic struggle, a battle that would determine not only the fate of Earth's cows, but also the future of humankind itself. The skies over Earth darkened as the Xylothian mothership descended from the heavens, casting an ominous shadow across continents. It was a colossal vessel, unlike anything humanity had ever seen, a technological marvel bristling with advanced weaponry and shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Its arrival signaled a dramatic escalation in the conflict, a bold declaration of intent to take Earth's cows by force. Panic rippled through the global populace as news of the mothership's presence spread like wildfire. The sheer scale of the alien craft was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, dwarfing even the largest human-made structures. People watched in disbelief as smaller ships emerged from its hull, fanning out across the globe in a coordinated effort to locate and seize every cow on Earth. In response to this brazen act of aggression, humanity's resolve only hardened. The Earth Defense Coalition convened an emergency session, bringing together leaders and experts from every nation to formulate a response. It was clear that diplomacy had failed, and now was the time to show the Xylothians what humanity was truly capable of. A message was broadcast to the alien invaders, transmitted across all frequencies and translated into every known language. Leave our cows or face the full might of human ingenuity and determination. You will see what we are capable of. With this ultimatum issued, humanity sprang into action. The EDC mobilized its forces on an unprecedented scale, deploying air and ground units to strategic locations worldwide. State-of-the-art fighter jets streaked across the sky, while naval fleets took up positions along coastlines. On land, armored divisions fortified key agricultural regions, ready to repel any alien incursion. Scientists worked around the clock to develop new technologies and strategies to combat the alien threat. They devised electromagnetic pulse weapons designed to disrupt Xylothian systems and created sophisticated jamming devices to interfere with their communications. Engineers retrofitted existing military hardware with advanced targeting systems capable of locking onto alien crafts. Meanwhile, hackers launched cyber offensives against the mothership, seeking vulnerabilities in its defenses. Their efforts were supported by intelligence agencies that pooled their resources to gather vital information about Xylothian tactics and capabilities. As humanity prepared for battle, a sense of unity and purpose permeated every corner of the globe. People from all walks of life contributed in whatever ways they could, donating supplies, volunteering for civil defense duties, or simply offering moral support to those on the front lines. The stage was set for a confrontation that would test humanity's mettle like never before. As night fell over a world bracing for conflict, there was no doubt that this would be a defining moment in history, a battle not just for cows but for the very essence of what it meant to be human. And so, under the watchful eyes of billions, humanity stood poised to defend its home against an alien force determined to claim what was not theirs. The Great Milk War had reached its zenith, and only time would tell who would emerge victorious from this epic struggle between worlds. As the Great Milk War reached its climax, humanity found itself pushed to the brink. The Xylothian forces, though battered and bruised by Earth's relentless defense, continued their assault with unyielding determination. The skies were ablaze with the fury of battle, and the ground shook under the weight of conflict. Yet, despite the odds, hope remained alive in the hearts of Earth's defenders. In a hidden laboratory deep beneath the surface, a team of scientists worked tirelessly on a last-ditch effort to turn the tide of war. They had discovered a potential weakness in the Xylothians, a vulnerability that could be exploited to devastating effect. The aliens' obsession with cow's milk was not just a preference, it was a physiological dependency. However, their digestive systems were not naturally equipped to handle lactose, making them susceptible to lactose intolerance. The scientists devised a bold plan to engineer a biological weapon that would trigger severe lactose intolerance in the Xylothians. This weapon would be delivered via a specially designed aerosol, capable of dispersing microscopic particles into the atmosphere surrounding the alien ships. Once inhaled, these particles would interact with the Xylothians' biology, rendering them unable to consume milk without suffering debilitating consequences. With time running out and the fate of humanity hanging in the balance, the Earth Defense Coalition approved the plan. A squadron of stealth aircraft was tasked with delivering the payload directly into the heart of the Xylothian fleet. Pilots volunteered for what was essentially a suicide mission, knowing full well the risks involved, but driven by an unwavering commitment to protect their world. The operation commenced under cover of darkness. The stealth aircraft slipped past enemy defenses, weaving through anti-aircraft fire and evading detection with precision and skill. As they approached their targets, they released their payloads into the atmosphere, watching as clouds of microscopic particles enveloped the alien ships. The effect was almost immediate. Within hours, reports began to flood in from across the globe. Xylothian forces were in disarray. Their once coordinated assaults faltered as chaos spread through their ranks. The aliens who had consumed Earth's milk now found themselves stricken with severe gastrointestinal distress. What had once been their coveted prize had become their undoing. The Xylothians were forced to retreat, abandoning their plans for conquest as they grappled with this unexpected and humiliating affliction. Their mighty mothership, once an imposing symbol of power, now limped back toward space, its crew incapacitated by waves of nausea and discomfort. Humanity watched in awe as the alien invaders withdrew. Their defeat marked not by conventional weapons, but by a clever twist of biology that had turned their greatest desire into their greatest weakness. The victory was celebrated across Earth as a testament to human ingenuity and resilience, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, there is always hope. The Xylothians' retreat was met with cheers and celebrations across Earth. Humanity had won, not through brute force, but with ingenuity and a deep understanding of their enemy's biology. The alien mothership, once a symbol of terror, was now a distant speck in the night sky. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, a lingering question hung over the world. Would they come back? The answer came sooner than anyone expected. 6 months after their humiliating defeat, the Xylothians returned, and this time, they were not interested in milk. They wanted revenge. Their fleet darkened the skies like an apocalyptic storm, far larger and more menacing than before. The mothership had been repaired and reinforced, bristling with new weapons designed specifically to counter Earth's defenses. Smaller attack ships swarmed like locusts, blotting out the sun as they descended upon cities and military installations. There was no pretense of negotiation this time. No demands for cows, no attempts to abduct livestock. The Xylothians had only one goal: annihilation. Their message was clear and chilling. Asterisk, you dare to humiliate us. Now you will pay the price. Asterisk, the initial wave of attacks was devastating. Entire cities were leveled in moments by energy beams that carved through steel and concrete like butter. Earth's military scrambled to respond, but the Xylothians had learned from their previous defeat. They adapted quickly to human tactics, neutralizing EMP weapons and jamming devices with ease. The situation grew dire as humanity realized they were facing an enemy fueled not just by addiction, but by rage. In this moment of crisis, the Earth Defense Coalition reconvened, desperate for a solution. Scientists, military leaders, and world governments gathered in underground bunkers to brainstorm a plan, something bold enough to counter the Xylothians' overwhelming power. It was then that Dr. Elena Morales, one of the lead scientists behind the lactose intolerance weapon, proposed an idea so audacious it left the room in stunned silence. Chocolate milk. At first it sounded absurd. How could chocolate milk possibly save humanity from an alien armada bent on destruction? But Dr. Morales explained her reasoning with calm precision. During their research on Xylothian biology, her team had discovered something peculiar. While lactose caused severe gastrointestinal distress in the aliens, certain compounds found in chocolate, specifically theobromine, acted as a powerful neurotoxin when combined with milk proteins in their bodies. In essence, chocolate milk wasn't just a treat, it was poison to the Xylothians. The plan was as risky as it was ingenious. Humanity would weaponize chocolate milk on a massive scale. Factories around the world were repurposed overnight to produce vast quantities of chocolate milk concentrate. Drones and missile systems were retrofitted to deliver payloads of aerosolized chocolate milk directly into alien ships and onto their troops. But there was another layer to the plan: psychological warfare. Broadcast stations began transmitting images of humans gleefully drinking chocolate milk in defiance of their alien invaders. Videos of children laughing over chocolate milkshakes went viral across every platform still operational. It was a taunt, a declaration that humanity would not be cowed, even in the face of annihilation. The Xylothians took the bait. Enraged by what they perceived as mockery, they intensified their attacks, focusing on areas where chocolate milk production was rumored to be taking place. But this played directly into humanity's hands. As alien ships descended to destroy these factories, they were met with concentrated blasts of aerosolized chocolate milk that seeped into their ventilation systems. The results were catastrophic for them. Xylothian pilots collapsed mid-flight as their nervous systems shut down from exposure to theobromine-laced lactose. Troops on the ground writhed in agony, as even trace amounts incapacitated them within minutes. Entire squadrons were rendered useless as Earth's forces pushed back with renewed vigor. The tide began to turn once more. Humanity's resistance grew bolder with each victory, deploying chocolate milk-based weapons in increasingly creative ways. High-pressure cannons that sprayed it across battlefields, landmines that exploded into sticky clouds of brown mist, even drones that dropped cartons labeled "Drink Me" onto unsuspecting alien troops. The psychological impact on the Xylothians was profound. Their once unshakable confidence crumbled as they realized they had underestimated humans yet again. Not just their ingenuity, but their audacity to weaponize something so seemingly harmless against them. As Earth's forces rallied for a final push against the mothership itself, humanity stood united once more. Not just farmers or soldiers or scientists, but an entire species determined to protect its home against an enemy who had underestimated them at every turn. And so, under skies lit by fire and fury, humanity prepared for one last stand against an alien force that had come for cows, but now faced extinction at the hands of chocolate milk. A symbol not just of defiance, but of everything that made humans unique. Creativity born from desperation and humor, even in the face of annihilation. The battle for Earth's survival reached its zenith as humanity launched its final assault on the Xylothian mothership. The skies were filled with the hum of engines and the crackle of energy weapons, a chaotic symphony of war that echoed across the planet. Earth's forces, armed with their unconventional chocolate milk weaponry, advanced with renewed determination. As the Xylothian fleet reeled from the unexpected assault, their once coordinated formations fragmented under the relentless barrage. The mothership, now a prime target, loomed ominously above, its defenses battered but not yet broken. Humanity's best pilots and strategists converged on this colossal vessel, determined to deliver a decisive blow. Inside the mothership, chaos reigned. Xylothian commanders struggled to maintain control as their troops succumbed to the effects of chocolate milk exposure. Systems malfunctioned, and communication lines were severed, leaving the alien invaders in disarray. The very substance they had once coveted now threatened to be their undoing. Earth's forces pressed their advantage, launching wave after wave of attacks designed to exploit every weakness. Fighter jets strafed the mothership's hull with precision strikes, while ground-based artillery unleashed a relentless bombardment. Drones equipped with chocolate milk dispersal units swarmed over enemy positions, sowing confusion and panic. As the battle raged on, a daring plan emerged from the Earth Defense Coalition's command center. A small team of elite operatives would infiltrate the mothership itself, tasked with delivering a concentrated payload of chocolate milk directly into its core systems. This would not only incapacitate the remaining Xylothian forces, but also disable the ship's primary power source. The mission was perilous, requiring both stealth and courage. The operatives, drawn from the world's finest special forces, embarked on their mission under cover of darkness. Using advanced stealth technology, they breached the mothership's defenses and navigated its labyrinthine corridors, evading patrols and automated defenses. As they approached the ship's core, tension mounted. The operatives moved swiftly and silently, guided by intelligence gathered from previous engagements. Finally reaching their target, a massive reactor pulsing with alien energy, they prepared to deploy their payload. With meticulous precision, they released canisters of concentrated chocolate milk into the reactor's cooling vents. The effect was immediate and catastrophic. Alarms blared throughout the ship as systems overloaded and power fluctuations rippled through its infrastructure. Outside, Earth's forces watched as explosions rocked the mothership's exterior. Flames erupted from its hull as secondary blasts tore through its superstructure. The once mighty vessel shuddered under the strain, its lights flickering before plunging into darkness. The Xylothians had no choice but to retreat once more, this time in utter defeat. Their fleet scattered into the void, leaving behind wreckage and ruin as Earth's forces celebrated their hard-won victory. The Great Milk War had come to an end, not with a whimper, but with a resounding triumph that echoed across the stars. Humanity had faced an existential threat and emerged victorious through sheer ingenuity and unyielding resolve. As peace returned to Earth, people everywhere reflected on what had been achieved, not just in terms of survival, but in unity and resilience against an overwhelming adversary. The lessons learned from this conflict would guide future generations as they navigated an ever-changing universe, a universe where Earth had proven itself capable of defending its own against any who dared challenge it. And so began a new chapter in human history, one marked by hope and determination as humanity looked towards a future where they would continue to thrive among the stars, always ready for whatever challenges might come next. The battle wasn't over yet, but for the first time since their return, there was hope once again that humanity might prevail. In the aftermath of the Great Milk War, as Earth began to rebuild and heal from the scars of battle, a new understanding emerged about the humble substance that had sparked such a cosmic conflict. Milk, once considered a simple staple of human diet, was now recognized as a resource of immense value, not just for its nutritional benefits but for its potential as a commodity in interstellar trade. The Xylothians' obsession with cow's milk had revealed a truth that had been hidden in plain sight. Earth's dairy products possessed unique properties that were highly sought after by other civilizations. Scientists and economists quickly turned their attention to studying these properties, seeking to understand what made Earth's milk so special. Research teams across the globe delved into the molecular composition of milk, uncovering complex proteins and enzymes that interacted in ways not found elsewhere in the galaxy. These discoveries opened up new avenues for innovation, leading to breakthroughs in biotechnology and nutrition that had applications far beyond Earth's borders. Recognizing the potential for economic growth and diplomatic engagement, world leaders convened to discuss how best to leverage this newfound asset. The result was the establishment of the Interstellar Dairy Consortium, IDC, an organization dedicated to managing and regulating the production and export of Earth's dairy products to other planets. The IDC worked tirelessly to develop sustainable practices that would ensure a steady supply of milk without depleting Earth's resources. They invested in advanced agricultural technologies and genetic research to increase yield and efficiency while maintaining high standards of quality. This approach not only safeguarded Earth's environment, but also positioned humanity as a responsible steward of its natural wealth. With these measures in place, Earth embarked on an ambitious venture to dominate the cosmic milk business. Trade agreements were negotiated with alien civilizations eager to acquire this prized resource, opening up new markets and opportunities for cultural exchange. Milk became a symbol of peace and cooperation, bridging gaps between species and fostering mutual understanding. As Earth's influence expanded across the stars, so too did its reputation as a hub of innovation and diplomacy. The once remote planet became a bustling center of commerce, attracting traders, scientists, and diplomats from every corner of the galaxy. Spaceports thrived with activity as ships arrived laden with goods and departed with precious cargoes of milk destined for distant worlds. This newfound prosperity brought with it challenges as well, questions about equity, ethics, and sustainability that required careful consideration. Yet humanity approached these challenges with the same ingenuity and determination that had seen them through the darkest days of conflict. Underneath it all lay a profound realization that something as simple as milk could hold the power to unite disparate civilizations and inspire cooperation on an unprecedented scale. It was a testament to the resilience of human spirit, a reminder that even in adversity, there is always room for growth and opportunity. As Earth continued its journey among the stars, it did so with confidence and hope, secure in the knowledge that it had found its place within a vast cosmic tapestry, one where milk had become not just a commodity, but a catalyst for change. Years passed, and Earth's rise as the galaxy's foremost milk supplier transformed humanity's role in the cosmos. What had begun as a desperate defense of their homeworld had blossomed into something far greater, a mission to bring peace, prosperity, and unity to the stars. Milk, once a simple beverage, had become a universal symbol of hope, healing, and cooperation. The Interstellar Dairy Consortium, IDC, expanded its reach, establishing trade routes that spanned light years. Earth became known as the Dairy Planet, a place where civilizations from across the galaxy could come not only to trade, but to learn. Humanity's reputation as innovators and problem solvers grew with each passing year, and soon they were called upon for more than just milk. The first instance came from the war-torn planet of Threxos 4, where two rival factions had been locked in a brutal civil war for centuries. The IDC was approached by Threxian mediators who had heard of humanity's triumph over the Xylothians and their ability to use milk as both a weapon and a tool for peace. Earth responded with characteristic ingenuity. Rather than deploying weapons, humanity sent envoys armed with tanker ships full of milk, fortified with nutrients tailored to Threxian biology. The milk was distributed freely to both sides of the conflict, providing sustenance to soldiers and civilians alike. As hunger and desperation subsided, so too did the flames of war. The Threxians began to see their rivals not as enemies, but as fellow beings sharing the same struggles. Peace talks followed, brokered by human diplomats who used milk not just as a resource but as a bridge between cultures. Word spread quickly across the galaxy. Humanity had not only survived its own trials, but had found a way to use its unique resource to help others. Requests for aid poured in from planets facing famine, disease, and conflict. Earth answered every call, sending fleets of dairy ships equipped with advanced processing facilities capable of tailoring milk to meet the specific needs of alien species. On the volcanic world of Xylaris Prime, where acidic rains had destroyed agriculture for generations, Earth scientists developed a strain of ultra-resistant dairy cows capable of thriving in extreme conditions. These cows were gifted to the Xylarians, who used them to rebuild their food supply and restore their planet's ecosystem. On the frozen moon of Caldrus 7, where an ancient feud between nomadic tribes threatened to erupt into open war, humanity introduced the Milk Accord. Representatives from each tribe were invited to share a ceremonial drink of Earth's finest chocolate milk, a gesture so disarmingly simple that it broke centuries of mistrust. The tribes agreed to lay down their arms and work together toward a shared future. Even the Xylothians, once humanity's greatest foes, found themselves seeking Earth's aid. Stricken by internal strife after their defeat in the Great Milk War, they reached out to humanity for assistance in stabilizing their fractured society. Earth's response was magnanimous, Shipments of lactose-free milk were sent along with advisors who helped the Xylothians rebuild their infrastructure and governance. Through these acts of compassion and ingenuity, humanity became known not just as warriors or traders, but as peacemakers, the heroes of the galaxy. They showed that even in a universe fraught with division and conflict, unity was possible through understanding and cooperation. Milk became more than just a commodity. It became a universal language, one that transcended borders and species. Statues were erected on alien worlds depicting humans holding glasses of milk aloft as symbols of hope. Galactic councils sought Earth's guidance on matters of diplomacy and development. Songs were written in alien tongues celebrating the dairy planet and its people who had turned adversity into opportunity. And so humanity thrived, not through conquest or domination, but through kindness, creativity, and an unwavering belief in the power of connection. They had faced annihilation and emerged not just victorious, but transformed, ready to share their lessons with the stars. As Earth's ships continued their journeys across the cosmos, spreading peace one glass at a time, one thing became clear. Humanity had found its true purpose among the stars, not as conquerors or victims, but as healers, uniting worlds through something as simple and profound as milk.